Good evening, everyone. Welcome. And this is Pamela Marie Edmunds, your host here of Pet Detectives International. And we do have our co-host tonight, June Elaine Evans, who will be sharing the mic with me, at times assisting as we do our wonderful holiday show, holiday greetings from your pets. And when I say your pets, are we talking pets in spirit? Are we talking pets here? We're talking both, okay? Both June Elaine and I are evidential mediums. We're both animal communicators, pet communicators, pet detectives is the word I wanted to come up with, and hosts. We both have hosted radio shows for a period of time, and I find that doing this is an opportunity for you, the listener, the audience, to share, to be a part of the show. But also, we post all these shows in an archives on YouTube channel. It is titled Pet Detectives International, which is an organization that June Evans began. June, you want to say hi, sweetheart?
I do. I want to say hi. I'm going to jump right on top of this mic. Hello. Can you hear me, everybody?
You sound great. You sound great. that special mic is well worth it. Okay.
Thank you.
Great. And June, you started Pet Detectives International. How long ago would you say now you started working with animals on both sides of the plane?
Well, I've been working with them for about 7 years, but Pet Detectives International is only a couple of years old, 2000, I believe 18. I started PDI. Yes.
Okay.
And
okay.
only because, to make it short, when I was about 40 years ago, I lost a dog, my dog. And gee, don't start again tonight, June. Every time I try to tell the story, I get teary-eyed. I'm so embarrassed.
Please.
But anyway,
no worries, dear. We're all here supporting anybody that goes through any loss of a pet.
This goes back now. Everybody who knows how old I am knows that 40 years is 40 years anyway. I lost my dog, and that was it. I never ever saw or heard whether the dog was dead or alive. I never found him. And way back then, I didn't realize I had the gifts of animal communication and mediumship. I didn't know that, if you'll fast forward with me, until my spirit husband, Jerry, passed in the year 2010. And he explained to me that I have the gifts of mediumship and communication, and he was going to teach me how to do that. He was going to help me. I had no idea, but anyway, of course, after all these years, I now know what happened to my dog. But I used to pray that somebody would bring him home to me, even in their arms, if they had hit him on the side. Maybe he ran in front of a car and got hit.
Yep.
Just tell me. Just tell me, did you hit my dog? What happened?
Right.
And I never got an answer. So yeah.
Right.
That's why PDI, we help others now. We're going to help you find your pets when they go missing. Are they still here on planet Earth, or have they passed? And if they have, Pamela and I will help you.
Yep. And we were linked. You and I have been linked together through spirit, through radio shows. Actually, previous show, Bridge Between Two Worlds, which I did for a number of years and then forwarded it to you. And you came on and you shared your story about how you started mediumship development through the planes with dear Jerry. Well, we became buddies. We started connecting. I lost my dog back in 2016, January 2016, Earth Angel. Went through the grief, the loss. And because I had already been working as a professional medium, he started coming through from the spirit side of life. Earth Angel, and you'll hear more about him as you listen to our future shows, but also listen to some of the recordings we have left in the YouTube channel, Pet Detectives International. He helped me to receive communications. Yes, I could receive from animals before, but it was different receiving from an animal that had been with me for 14 plus years, that we had the strong love bond. And then, gonna laugh, a couple of you got to see Sylvester, my now cat. Sylvester's been with me for 4 years, and he's helped me with the spirit, with the animal communication, of which he loves Auntie June. And one of these days we'll do it again, is that she and I are on the phone, my cell phone. If I put the cell phone in front of him, he'll start biting on the phone. And that's his sign, is saying he has a message for June. And he's quite spot on, isn't he, June? June, he's quite spot on, isn't he?
Yes, he is, absolutely. And we'll have we'll be able to share that with others as we're going to give evidence of that. Yes, he's gorgeous.
Yep, black and white tuxedo kitty, and
he knows his auntie's kisses. The kiss I give him is purr, purr.
Yep. So the animals, whether they've crossed over or they're still here, still very much have a voice. And tonight, I think that's part of what we're about. We're about giving them a voice. And holiday greetings from your pets. We just had the first day of winter solstice, which is, see if I get this right, it's the shortest day and the longest night of the year. Does that sound right? I believe so. Okay. And Christmas is right around the corner. Hanukkah, I believe we've about completed Hanukkah, but then there's several other holidays. They're all about light. They're all about the higher vibration. And that's what this work is all about, stepping into that higher vibration. So, June, are you ready for do some messages with me tonight?
I absolutely am. I've had Donald's dog, Chris. Well, I call him Christian. He got into bed with me this morning. He woke me up. He's a Sheltie. Donald, tell us about Christian a little bit.
And it's interesting. Who's barking in the background, June? Is that?
Well, that's Casper upstairs wishing he could come down with me, but no, because he'll keep doing that. Right. He's up with his mama.
Okay. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead then. I'll step back and be quiet for a minute. You said you had
Chris,
Christian.
He was quite a character.
What's he got to say, June Elaine?
He is a character because I've been talking with Donald over the phone for, I don't know how long now. We've gotten to know each other. I absolutely love Donald. He's a wonderful man. And one of the reasons why I love him so much is because his history is transporting animals, transporting dogs. And he should tell you that, not me. Some of his history, if he doesn't mind sharing, helping the animals. But thanks to Donald, I got introduced to Chris, who's a naughty boy. He can be. He will give me messages. See his dad smiling? See?
Yep.
He'll give me messages to give his dad that are off color. And I'll give them because I'm the medium and I'm supposed to be Chris's voice. If Chris tells me to say something a little, not nasty, but a little, I'll give them to Donald and Donald will say, yep, that actually is something I used to say. Or yeah. Yeah. He's a beautiful dog.
Awesome. Okay. Judy, can we Can we unmute you, dear? You know Boo's there.
He's here.
But
He's
you also-
been with me. He's been with me.
But you also know there's someone else on the spirit side of life who's around you too.
Yes, and actually more than one. More than the most recent one.
June, you were picking up on this too, weren't you, sweetheart?
Yesterday, I started to pick up a female, a woman coming in for Judith. And one of the things that she came through, she's singing a song, Me and You and a Dog Named Boo.
Yeah.
She knew Boo when Boo was here, didn't she?
Oh
sweetheart?
yes. Oh yeah. And Boo loved her. Yeah. She would come to visit. She lived in Texas, and she would come to visit, and she would have to close the bedroom door to keep Boo out, because, and so he wouldn't even sleep with me after he was about a year old. He had his own bed in the living room, and that's what he liked. He liked his own bed. But when she came, no, he wanted to be right with her every second. He really loved her. And so, yes, and we did the Me and You and a Dog Named Boo. Yes, we did that. She teased me.
She always had pets throughout her life, didn't she?
Yes, but not. She had mostly cats. She had a few dogs, but she was on the move all the time. She moved. She lived in a lot of different states, and so having pets was not really very.
Didn't always fit.
convenient.
Didn't always fit.
Yeah. After her children were older and in college or high school, she was. Yeah.
I want you to know that she's with you through this whole process that you're going through. You need to know that. And I know from a few conversations we've had along the way that she was always a very special person for you in your life. Okay. And that she's there helping you get through this. Okay.
She's got her work cut out for her.
And when you get a chance, okay, I'm going to share it here. Okay. Do you understand how some people come in our lives and we connect with them so much, just so much? Other people come into our lives and it's like we're engrossed with them. We're really close and we're really tight with them. Okay. Those are the people who are part of our soul circle, our soul group. Okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
So when they progress and they move on to spirit side of life, the hurt is going to be more intense. Okay. You need to understand this. I'm not saying this to be bad. I'm trying to give it to you a reality. Okay. All right. And I do want to say, and this is something I've been nudged to talk about other times with pets and people, is that I feel like you have given her parts of your soul over the years through her illness. You've given her a piece of you. Do you follow what I'm trying to say?
I do understand that. I do. Well, she's always had part of me, always, but during illness, yes.
And what happens is it's like you're not just grieving her, but you're also grieving those pieces that you gave her. Okay? So down the road, when you're up to it, what the two of you needing to exchange fragments that you've exchanged. So you can be complete and she can be complete. You follow this process?
I have never heard it expressed that way. This is the first time I've heard it expressed that way.
Do you understand how a shaman can work? They often go inside and they work on issues and stuff. This would be something you would do with a shaman or somebody of that caliber to do some, it's because right now there's some pieces missing in your soul because you gave them to her to help her through her life. All right. And I'm going to say you probably got a couple of hers.
Oh,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah.
Because of that strong attachment, that closeness. All right. So the term is soul fragments. If you want to research it and understand a little bit more what that's about. Okay.
I'll do that. I've never heard that expression before.
Okay. All right.
I'll do that.
I'll
Listen,
check.
I'm a great Googler. I Google
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
And YouTube everything. So
Yeah. June, you have something else to share here? Or go with Judy or?
Yeah, I'm actually being bombarded here. I don't know what to say, except I'm going to give, I'm not sure if this is for Judy. I also feel like Jody or Sue. So why don't I just give you what, okay, what they were giving me, and see if somebody will step up to the plate here and tell me, does this, first of all, I'm smelling cigars. I'm smelling cigar smoke. Does that mean anything to anybody? Is that like a turn off or
is it a reminder of somebody? Sue, I'm some reason I'm drawn to you, sweetie. Is there someone in your past who would have smoked a pipe?
Not really, but
Or cigar?
Is it more like is it a scent from a smudging stick or an actual cigar?
No, this is a cigar, and I heard
I
cigar.
can answer that.
Go ahead,
Okay.
honey, please.
My sister and I both, and some of this had to do with her medical problems, but both of us were smelling cigar smoke. And of course, we don't smoke cigars. My dad did not smoke cigars. My husband smoked those little cigarillos, I think they call them, on occasion. But he's so far out of my thought processes, I can't comprehend that I would even consider that. But my sister was having it. She said, I'm smelling cigar smoke. I'm smelling cigar smoke. And this was frequent. And I didn't know if it was her medical condition that was causing her, or if someone was maybe in her, spiritually or around her, trying to remind her through the cigar smoke. But I was smelling it too. I was smelling it too. Sweet cigar smoke. It wasn't that harsh cigar smoke.
Okay, thank you for that. Before I give the next, I have two more. Before I do that, I want everybody to understand that the kind of work that I do, I learned from my husband, Jerry, my spirit husband. And so I call it evidential mediumship. What your sister wanted to do is give you evidence that this is her talking to me. So she said cigar. Then she wants me to be quiet. She wants to hear you talk, not me. All right, everybody. So what I'm going to do is give you evidence that your loved one or pet is with me right now. And that cigar story was spot on. Thank you to your beautiful sister. Is her name Sandy?
Sandra, yeah.
Thank you,
Sandra.
And I want to say, yes, tonight is greetings from your pets, but once in a while, it's important that we acknowledge a loved one, especially, and I'm going to say for Judy, your sister crossed what, yesterday or the day before?
On the 19th, she passed over almost to the moment she was born on her birthday.
Oh.
Almost to the moment. And it may have been the moment because we don't know the moment she was born. Her birth certificate doesn't have the moment on it, just the day.
And she's a pretty blonde. I saw her picture. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful
she was
blonde.
born blonde. 3 of my siblings were born with blonde white hair. when I was born with black hair, and my daddy said, I finally have an Adair, which is my last name. I finally have an Adair because my mother's side of the family were born with the blonde hair.
Right. So I just want to acknowledge the importance of sharing messages with Judy here. Both June and I were aware that this happened, and we both were strongly feeling she was going to show up at least to say hello and support Judy. I mean, that is huge. That is huge. And we want to thank Sandra for coming in. We're thrilled that she is at least at peace enough here that she can communicate. That's wonderful. So anything else, Judy?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay. Jody, you're a newcomer to this. Yep. Okay. Love that picture. How about your voice again, sweetheart?
Oh, you mean me?
Yes, Jody. Yes.
Okay.
Hi. I know Judy and Jody sound similar, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Right. And I just want to introduce you briefly to a couple of the others that didn't get to connect with you. I know you're a friend of Donald's, which Donald is a huge advocate for animals, and that you are too in a lot of ways, correct?
Oh, yes, all my life. I've had animals all my life, and all kinds of animals. And
Right.
I have a small farm, so I also had I don't right now, but I also have raised chickens and turkeys, and I communicated with my chickens and turkeys also.
And isn't that true that many of us, when we have the animals, we do communicate to them? So awesome.
Absolutely. Yes.
Awesome.
And I've had horses, and that's one of my one thing I'd like to ask tonight, if I could. Two of my horses when I was growing up were stolen, and we never got them back, and I've missed them all my life.
So you have a similar loss to like what June was talking about. Losing,
Yeah.
she lost her dog. The dog was disappeared. She never knew what happened. Can you give us the names of those horses?
Yes, I can. Strawberry and Beauty.
June, are you interested here? Are you getting anything at this moment?
I'm not. I've got so many messages, but I would like to volunteer because I've always wanted, all of my life, ever since I was 16 anyway, I wanted a horse and I never was able to get one. So what I'm going to say to you, hon, if you want to give me a phone call, I'll give you a 10-minute free reading of both of those horses and give you evidence that they are trying to connect with you, and that's what they want to do. And horses are so easy to bring through. I can help you with that. All right.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Instead of
Let me
taking
know
up the
your-
time tonight, there's so much coming, swirling around here. But I'd be more than happy, because I love horses, and I'll bring some messages through to you that'll blow your mind.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, June. Jody, do you remember something with there was a fire sometime through your lifetime and animals were involved around it?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. And first off, the fire is pretty scary, but I feel like for you, but also for the animals. And what some reason I'm wanting to say, somebody, I'm not sure where I'm getting this. I'm obviously, we do prayer before we start the show, so we make sure we're getting information from the higher sources. But what I want to say is things could have been a lot worse than they were, couldn't they?
Yes, absolutely. And that is amazing that you are saying this. I actually had two different fires in my life.
Okay, and animals were involved in both?
No, just one.
Okay, I want to go to the one where the animals were involved.
Okay.
Because I'm feeling like if you look back at it, you evaluate it, it was almost like there was protection that was protecting you and the other person and the animals at the time.
That's correct.
All right.
Yes, and I could, well, you can tell me more, or I could tell you what
All
it
right.
was. That's amazing.
There a horse involved in this too?
No,
I'm just getting whatever animals were involved, they were spooked. They obviously they were disorientated. There was some sort of scarring from the fire, but I'm not feeling like anybody crossed from it. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like whomever was involved, whether it was a person, whether it was an animal, they were protected. I need to go with that. And I'm not getting specifics of who they are, but in some ways, all the times that you've ever had animals, yes, there have been, there's been some challenges, but if you look at them afterwards, it's like, gee, we didn't have food for this, but look, it came from who knows where, and everything was okay. I feel like that's kind of gone through your life in many, many ways. Are you with me still?
oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay, awesome. Right now, your pack, your team is small, but it's still very, very important. As far as the animals that you have now, see, I'm not getting specifics. You know why? What I'm sensing is kind of like I was talking with Judy about her having a strong soul connection with her sister. I want to say, I feel like you've worked with several different soul groups over the years. The animals have been interconnected. Do you understand that concept?
I do, yes.
Okay. Do you have a name of an animal that you'd like to hear from? Other than we were talking about the horses, and June said she would communicate with you at another time on that.
Yes, my German Shepherd, her name was Helga Gerlinde.
That's quite a name. And she's crossed
Well, she
over.
had 3 names, Helga Gerlinde Gau.
Okay, she's on the other side.
She is, yes.
Okay. Can I say I feel like she was a bit of a talker for a dog?
Oh, yes,
Okay. And you understood when things were good and things were not so good. She was trying to get your attention.
oh, yes.
Okay, all right. She kept you warm at times?
Well, yes, she did. She did, but she didn't sleep with me. She wasn't one that wanted to sleep in the bed.
But I'm
She liked
feeling,
her own little area.
like she gave you warmth and comfort.
Oh, she did, absolutely, yes.
Okay. She had an issue with her hearing at one point.
Well, when she got older, yes, she lived to be 15. Yes,
Oh.
when she got older, she did.
Because I'm feeling like you calling her and not getting a rise out of her. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not
Yes,
getting a rise out of
towards
her.
the end, yes.
Okay. And she also had digestive issues before she crossed.
Well, she did a little bit, yeah. Not
Okay.
severely, but at times
Certain
she did.
certain things that she couldn't handle, and she couldn't handle. It just did her physical body didn't resonate with it. Okay. She couldn't sustain it in a proper way.
Right,
She's
yeah.
she,
I had to
okay.
be careful when I fed her, yeah.
Okay. Why am I sensing her protecting a kitty? Was there a cat that she protected? Or
Oh,
that,
yes, yes.
that she comforted, and to the point that they either slept together or they hung out together, closely knit?
Yeah, in the same room. They slept in the same room together, yeah.
Okay, all right. You didn't quite,
His name was Samson.
okay. You didn't quite understand fully why she crossed at the time she did you at the time?
Well, I did, because she was 15 and she couldn't walk anymore. She couldn't hold herself up on her legs.
All right. Okay. I guess what I'm wanting to say is animals come into our lives for reasons. Okay? They come in during periods of time when we need them and when they need us. Okay? I'm feeling like you, yep, there's Boo. Yep, got it. Thank you, Judy, pointing to Boo on the wall. I'm feeling like you kind of thought that she hadn't completed her mission yet. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yes, and that's true. I took her to the animal hospital and, because I wanted them to do everything they could so I could, keep her with me as long as possible.
Okay.
And then I brought her back home and she was better for a while. And of course then she started to go downhill again and she couldn't stand up any longer and it was very sad.
Okay. Some reason I want to say, I feel like you've had a lot of, you don't, just confirm it for yourself. I feel like you've had a lot of loss during your life, not just animals, but other people and situations. Okay. And what
Yes, I did.
what my sense is that her leaving when she did helped you get in touch with some more of that loss so you could release it from yourself. Do you follow me?
Yes, and then afterwards, there was what I call divine intervention, is how I found my corgi, my Welsh corgi I have now. I wasn't
Aw,
looking for another dog, but we
okay.
we were brought together, and he's just a blessing to me.
Oh, and what's his name?
His name is Polly.
Polly. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
spelled Italian, Paoli, but pronounced Polly.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that's what I'm getting at this moment, what we just discussed here. Actually, there's been a bit there. So I'm not sensing anything on Polly, whether June has something there or she has something to add to all of this. I see she's unmuted her mic and would love to hear from her. We also got Sue Porto. He's kind of sitting here just listening and would
Can I
like to,
say something about what you mentioned earlier?
what?
I don't want to take up other people's time or anything.
No,
but,
go ahead. If complete
Um,
your time.
About the fire. My father happened to be, now we lived out, we couldn't even drive to our home. We had to walk across the swinging bridge to get to our home.
Wow.
So there was no way fire trucks could reach us. And my father happened to be sleeping on the couch at night and with our two dogs, Pebbles and Goldie was their names.
Okay.
And there was a fire outside, right outside the window of the door. And then there was like a little section where like the hot water heater and stuff was in and the fire. The dogs woke him up, Pebbles and Goldie, woke
Good.
him up on the couch and he seen that fire and he went out with the hose and he was able to put it out.
Good.
Because our whole house would have been on fire if he would have been sleeping back in the bed.
Awesome. Awesome. Animals will do that, and that's part of the reason why we have them. So, June, would you like to come on board here and add to any what's going on?
Yes, I would. I'm going to have to leave at 5 minutes of 8 here tonight. I have some company that I didn't expect coming in.
Okay. Okay.
I do have who here has recently obtained a black and blue? Who
A
has
bruise.
a black and blue, a bruise recently? Okay. All right. And that's okay. If not that, I also heard something about a lizard. Now, we're talking about animal communication. And yes, I can bring in a lizard. Who had a lizard that was a pet or Anybody have a lizard? Okay.
That's all, well, you've given it a voice and
I
hopefully,
gave it a voice. It could be very well that anybody who's listened, okay, thank you. So what this lizard wants to do is get that in there to be acknowledged, because what's going to happen, and we'll have to find this out in the future. Apparently somebody's going to listen to this program, listen to this, Pamela, and they're going to hear that their lizard came through and they weren't here to get it, the information. And I'm not going to give anything else until somebody acknowledges. That's happened to me on my radio show. I had a German Shepherd come through for weeks. He kept coming through with 911 and all kinds of things. Nobody, I said, does anybody have a shepherd? Nope. That went on, but I'd always bring him through. Finally, his mom got the word. Somebody said, I think your dog is come through. And it was a nurse, and that was her dog. And her badge number was 911. Okay, let's see. We have Galveston. Does somebody know somebody in Galveston?
No, but
And
of
among-
course I'm singing the song now.
You're singing that song?
No, because you said it, no.
mean a dog named Boo?
Galveston, Galveston.
Okay,
Okay,
Okay.
so your sister wants to remind you, Judith, that Pamela says, and she had a show as well, Love Never Dies. She wants you to give Boo and her a chance to communicate with you. And I can help you with that at some point in time to get you started.
Okay.
But they can communicate, and they have a right to, like Chris. Chris wants to talk to his dad. Yeah, they have a right to do that. That's how they feel about it. Also, listen to your heart. Okay, okay, hold on. Okay. All right, I'm not exactly sure what you just said. Chip? Okay. Does somebody just chip their tooth? Or I'm going back to, is it Jody? Okay, who brought the shepherd through that was, shoot, I should have written the name down, German name or something?
that was
That
Jody.
was Betty.
Okay, Jody, do
Yes.
you have did that dog have a chipped tooth, or do you have one that's chipped and been chipped for a while?
No, I don't. I'm not sure if Helga did or not.
Well, there's something about a chipped tooth.
June,
Mhm.
June, I have a chipped tooth that's been like this for a while.
Okay, well, it could be for you. And Pamela, there's something else that came through regarding you, which you and I don't do that usually.
Well, if Spirit wants us to share messages, we work for Spirit, right?
Yeah, we do, but well, here we go. I'll bring it through once again, and they want the whole world to hear this. Mom, this has got to be Earth Angel.
Most
Mom,
welcome.
Tomato, please share it with somebody else on this program tonight or in the future. Please, people, I don't know who you are that's listening, or if you're not, in the future, somebody will be that's allergic, either that or it's the tomato, it's the lectin in tomatoes that will bother you. And Pamela has that issue. Also,
Information.
yeah, inflammation. Also, I'm hearing Keanu Reeves. Is there somebody here that loves Keanu Reeves? Jeez.
Yep. Looks like Judy's laughing. No. Sue?
Yeah, I do. I admire him greatly. I do.
Well, thank
Awesome.
you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Awesome.
so I found somebody.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves came through. Somebody thinks that's funny for me to give that to you. And at some point in time, you and I will get together on the side. We won't talk about it right now, but there's some humor here. We'll share it.
Awesome.
We'll share
Awesome.
it.
Okay.
I think that's all I have for now.
Okay.
Go ahead, hon.
I'm going to show a picture. I want to see if y'all get anything. It's Wanda's fur baby, Lindsay Blue.
Ooh, how beautiful.
Beautiful. Now this dog still here or on the other side?
It's on the other side.
Very protective animal.
Yep.
Donald, who was that dog you showed us earlier?
That's my roommate Wanda's. That was her first Sheltie, Lindsay Blue.
Okay, this one that you just showed us. Okay,
It's
very
actually
protective.
a Christmas dog.
Why would I want to say Lindsay Blue also was very sensitive and very intuitive too, and knowing what its pet
Okay.
mom needed when she needed it.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
He knew when I was gonna have a seizure. He knew everything. He was so emotionally intelligent. It was almost scary.
Okay. If you
I
Can you
miss
move
him.
over, Pamela, a little bit? Huh?
if you move over, there,
There
great,
she
great.
is.
That's much better. We can see you.
Oh,
Awesome.
how beautiful. Oh,
Well, great. Well,
Okay.
welcome. Well, and you're also Pamela?
No, I'm Wanda.
Wanda. Okay, Wanda. Sorry, Wanda. Okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
All right. What I want to say is that dog came in when you really needed it.
Yeah.
The dog. These animals now are. June Elaine and I were talking about this earlier. They're so advanced. They're healers. They're little light workers, meaning they're working with the light to help humanity, other animals, the planet, as we're going through this major transition here on this planet. They're also vamping up to step into the higher dimensions. Very important.
That
Extremely.
little guy right there was yeah, he wanted every living creature he came upon to know he loved it. It was
oh,
loved.
goodness.
He was just, that was what he did every day. And the look in his face when somebody said something that would hurt his feelings, oh, it was terrible. It was
Okay.
what came out of his little heart to touch. Oh, it's just, I don't know how to explain how emotionally smart that little dog was from the
Yes.
first instant I laid eyes on him.
Do you have any
Yeah.
interest by any chance, Wanda? Do you have any interest at all in other beings, let's say, out in there? Ever since, do you have any of that?
Ever since I was a child.
Okay,
Ever
that's what I
since I was
got.
a tiny.
Okay, so let me tell you. Here's what I got about that dog and you. The reason that dog was the way it was is because that dog was not actually from this planet. It came from another one, and I'm guessing the Pleiadians. Now they come from love. It's all about love, and also to help. I feel, if you don't mind, I have to share with you that I feel like either at some time in your lifetime or another lifetime, or even now, that you suspect you might be from like the Pleiadians, and you brought this dog with you because you're twin flames. You're not going to be separated ever, never, not even death.
Yeah, I know. That dog loved me so much, he will not let a silly thing like invisibility stop him from being with me. I can
That's
feel
good.
him at certain times. If I smell Christmas cookies, I know he's there. There's a reason he's there. I mean, you don't smell
You
sugar
know that they
cookies in
can
July.
taste. Did you know, hon, that if you put one of those cook something or something for, they can taste it when you put it in your mouth. When you put the cookie or something for, like my boy Jake, who's on the other side, he loves peanut butter. He wants peanut butter in something. So I don't want it because it's fattening, and I don't want to do that. But I'll eat it for Jake. I'll take a bite or two of something, and he can taste it. They can taste it.
I always
Go ahead, huh?
make extra sugar cookies for him.
There
They're
you
cut out
go.
cookies.
You know
And I
darn
make
well what you're
special
doing
ones.
then, you know.
And,
Oh, yeah.
and,
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. You've made me happy tonight. Thank you.
and Wanda, And just to let
Yeah.
Sue know too here before I finish with Wanda. I've got a message for Sue I've been holding on to. You are going to be getting a message. Let me just finish what's going to Wanda here right now. I want to say that you, and I've lost track of the name of this dog, but you had some really intense grieving that you went through after this dog crossed, because there is a strong soul connection there. I don't know if you heard me sharing with Judy, and this can happen with our people. This can happen with animals, and it's what it is. It's just what it is.
I haven't
So,
been right since he left. I have not been the same person since and I know he's right by me, but it
Awesome.
doesn't.
Keep
Okay, I
talking.
have
Stop.
to, Pamela, I'm
Yep.
sorry, I have to go. But I do
Okay,
wanna-
sweetheart.
I have to
Okay,
say
thank
one
you.
more thing to this beautiful lady. Please, Wanda,
Yes,
do me a favor.
Sure.
Please talk to him. Please talk to him. Please.
I do.
Please light even either a candle or battery operated candle, get a pen and paper out or whatever, sit down and call him in and ask him to tell you something about Junie that you'd never know. Say, hey, that's what they call me. The pets usually call me Junie. Say, hey, tell me something about
Okay.
Junie, and see if you can get something.
Okay, because he's here right now. He was born on Christmas.
Oh,
He's here.
Perfect.
I love
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I
And
love you all.
awesome.
Thank
Yeah.
you for-
And June, thank you
joining
for
us.
coming in with as
Thank
much
you.
time as you could. All right.
Yes.
Happy holidays.
I got
We'll
to
be
get my
talking.
dinner cooking.
Happy holidays.
Okay, Sue.
thank you, June.
Yes, yes.
Can I see you? Is that possible tonight?
No, not today. It's not, because I've been taking care of mother all day today, and I'm in no
That's
condition.
okay then.
Yeah,
All
sorry.
right. I just thought I'd ask, and you just needed you to say, let me know that.
Yes,
Squeaky's around. You've been
Wonderful.
feeling squeaky, haven't you?
yes, yes.
Okay. Squeaky's coming in, and I chuckle. Remember, I know you've been here all evening, and this is really the first time you're getting a chance to talk. We did real briefly. But what I want to say is that, oh gosh. Okay. Oh, how animals can be very spot on. They're almost, I think June refers to them as squealers. They squeal on mom. They squeal on dad. Okay. And I think Donald gets that. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, Sue, what I'm hearing is there's another cat that needs you.
Well, Tiger, who I had since a baby, an outdoor cat, he's sleeping in my kitchen right now. So he's in my kitchen.
I knew Tiger was around you, but I'm feeling it's another cat beyond Tiger.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
All right.
And I feel like it's going to be perfect, the divine timing, and it's going to be loud and clear to you that this
Okay.
this cat needs you.
Mhm.
I'm not getting if it's outdoors first or then indoors, but this cat needs you.
Okay.
And I want to say to you is you could use another animal with some unconditional love around you.
They do have that. They do have that.
Yes.
They do have.
Okay. But right now, these mom doing okay?
Yeah, she is probably doing better than I am.
Well, maybe that's why there's a need for you to have another kitty
Yeah.
that could give you some hugs and loves to help to maybe stir up some of the emotion, to release it, but to comfort you. Mom, and my sense is mom's thinking is a bit off now.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So you can't get the attention from her. You got to find it somewhere else.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
So this is what Squeaky, which if anybody else who's listening here, Squeaky crossed over. What has it been now? August
16th.
Okay. And Squeaky was important, and actually we've got Squeaky listed as one of the teammates here for
Mhm.
Pet Detectives International. But he wants to tell you that you deserve the love. You deserve this healing that, yeah. You're starting to grieve, Mom, aren't you, sweetheart?
To be honest with you, no, not really, because she's 100 years old, and she's had a very lovely life. She had a very good mate, 50 years of marriage with my father. So compared to my life, which was a wreck, very poor choices along the way with different boyfriends and whatever, she's had a lovely life. So I don't want to see her leave anytime soon, but I can understand that that's going to be happening. Yeah.
Well, and unfortunately, as they start losing their personality, who they are, it is possible that their loved ones, can start grieving their loss.
Sure.
Okay. And I'm feeling like this other kitty is coming in to not take over Tiger's place, but to complement and add some extra love and attention for you.
That would be
okay?
wonderful. And hopefully he'll like the other cat too, because
It'll
he's a
work
very
out.
dominant male. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
will work out, okay? But that's what Squeaky wanted to come in to say.
Very nice. Thank you
Oh,
very
right.
much.
And that's
Thank
and
you.
that and so the message that I simply we kept hearing is another pet coming in, and I'm like, okay, it's been in my mind for about a half hour, and it was just a
thank
matter
you.
of me being able to come and communicate and share that. So
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank
you're
you.
welcome. Has anybody else got anything they want to share, or anything they're sensing, or anything they want to ask?
Can I just say something?
Please.
I don't know if people are familiar with it's a book. It's called Only Gone from Your Sight, and it's channeled from this woman's dog, Jack McAfgan's. Her name is Kate McGagan. It's a little guide to pet loss and grief, and she channeled it through her dog. It's from her dog's perspective in the afterlife, and it's called Only Gone from Your Sight. It's very comforting, and there is a Facebook group that also is part of this. So a lot of people who have lost their companion animals, it's a group, and it's very important for support for each other. But it's called Only Gone from Your Sight by Kate McGahan, Gahan, but it's channeled from her dog, Jack McAfgan. So,
well, then that's the first time I've heard of somebody else doing channeling with their pets. So that awesome to hear that. Wonderful.
And she has a Facebook group too. So it's very comforting. Yeah.
Well, great. Yeah. Awesome here. Jody, you have anything else here you'd like to share with the group here before we close out?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I didn't know, because I hit a different button than I hit before there. I often wonder if Helga is communicating with Polly.
Okay.
And protecting him sometimes even.
Polly is the animal that's still here, correct?
Yes, my Welsh corgi.
Okay. What I want to say is, and if June were still here, she would validate this. She's very much in support of what we call, have you ever heard of the term walk-ins?
Oh, yes.
Animals can do it too.
I believe that.
Okay. Walk-ins, most people refer to people, souls of a person. And what I'm wanting to say is, those of us who are spiritually awake, which obviously you are, you wouldn't be listening to this, okay, Jody? That our animals can be overshadowed by a spirit, can be or they can walk in, or another term, I believe, walk along. I feel there are times and I've lost track of the names because I'm focused here with spirit right now, that some of the behavior that your present dog is doing reminds you of another dog. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah.
That's very common. They can come in and still be here, but they're using another body to express it.
I can
Okay.
see that. Yes, I believe that.
All right, all right.
I
So-
didn't think
yeah.
of that before, though. Really.
Okay.
But
Sue,
yeah.
have you experienced that with any of your pets along the way?
Not really. Maybe because I didn't know about that or look for it, but not really.
Now,
No.
well, now you can,
You're
okay?
Right.
All right. And basically it's like they transfigure over the body, the animal that's here in the physical, or
Right.
they overshadow. It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've seen that with people. I've seen transfiguration over people.
Yep.
That was unbelievable. I wouldn't have believed it unless I saw it for myself, but it was spectacular. Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
so and what I'm finding now too is, and I'm sharing with everybody here before we close this show down tonight too, is that all of us are spiritually awake who are listening here right now. Okay. We believe in an afterlife. It's been proven to us. We believe that we're spiritual beings here having a physical experience, right? Okay. And we can communicate with our pets. We can communicate with our mother, our father, the list goes on. But then there's also these wonderful beings on the other side who can assist and help us through our lives if we ask them. Okay. All right.
Yes, I have that every day.
Awesome. Yet the other component here is about us as human beings raising our level of consciousness. Okay. Like the planet is moving from third dimension up to fourth, fifth, and further. Okay. The animals are doing it too. So what are they doing? They're there with us, giving us a higher level of unconditional love. They're there, they're tuned into the hurt we may be carrying to assist us in healing and releasing it. They too are raising their vibrations. Make sense to most everybody listening? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it does. It does to me. Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're here to assist them through that process, right? We're helping them. Yep. Because they're helping us. It's a give and take thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess one of the most important messages here tonight in the way of holiday greetings from your pets. We've connected to pets, we've connected to loved ones, dear Judy's sister who's recently crossed over, Sue's Squeaky, which is I think is the greatest name whenever I first heard that. Jody's the dog, and I can't remember, it was
German dog.
thank you. Donald's Christian, is that the right name? Okay. The list goes on.
Mm.
We are helping the planet. We're also helping the animals. We're helping humanity. That's one of the gifts. And this being a holiday time of light, we're all doing the best we can to be in our heart to help others, aren't we? It may be challenged, I'm going to say for you, Judy, right now. Okay. And I'm going to acknowledge that, and I'm just going to ask the group that they keep some prayer to you,
Mm.
and sending some prayer And it's Judy Adair, just so you have her full name. Is that okay? I share that because,
Yeah, yes,
all right. I mean, her sister had been sick for a number of years off and on. I was very aware of that. And it was just her time. She just couldn't handle the vibration any longer, Judy, right?
she held on to the last bleeding second. She did.
But she's gonna be around you like Boo.
Yeah.
As she's feeling better, okay? So we send love and light to the planet. We send love and light to all the animals, those out in the cold right now, or in shelters needing homes. And we do whatever we can to assist and help. And part of this show is about doing what we can for the animal kingdom in whatever way, and the pet parents. So I want to wish everyone here happy holidays, whatever that may mean for you. And just remember though, the animals out there, they need love. The planet needs love. And there's a lot of other people who are hurting right now. Okay? Yes, some of us may be too hurting, okay? But do what you can to keep your vibration up. Okay? And you know, a smile on earth, if you're hurting, smiling helps you feel better. Okay? Those endorphins and dopamine and all that stuff, okay? But also a smile to someone here who's lost a lot of loved ones and is alone for the holidays, and that's their first time. It's important that they know that other people are here and care. Okay? Thank you all for being here tonight. Send hugs to all of you.
Oh, thank you.
And I appreciate all the pets who came in and all of you. Thank you, Susan. Thank you,
Thank you.
Judy. Thank you, Donald. Thank you, Jody. And of
Thank you,
course,
Pamela.
you're welcome.
Thank you very much. I really enjoyed your show.
Good. And a big thank you to June, who had to go because she had some company. And we appreciate her support and help this evening. So anyway, God bless you all.
Happy
Take care.
holidays. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Everyone.